Hey everyone, welcome to the new vlog. It's Tuesday morning before work, and I just wanted to hop on and do a little introduction, talk about what I'm reading this week, and say that this week is going to be a little bit more exciting than all the other weeks because I actually have plans. I don't really have plans until Saturday, but I do have exciting plans on Saturday, and that is to go to PAX East with Charlotte and Will and then some of our friends. So I am really excited to bring you along to that, but until then, it's just a regular work week, and so not too many exciting things are happening, but let me really quick show you the reading plans for this week. So first up on the list this week is Beyond the Highland Mist by Karen Marie Moning. I'm about 51% of the way through this, so I definitely think I can finish this either today or tomorrow, depending on how much reading I do today. Then we're going to listen to Where Are Your Boys Tonight? The Oral History of Emo's Mainstream Explosion. I have this on audiobook, so I'm going to listen to it while I'm working. And then I didn't get to this one last week, The Girl in the Mirror by Rose Carlyle, so I want to get to this. This is a thriller, so it should be a pretty quick read for me. And then I want to read This, She and Her Cat by Makoto Shinkai. This I thought I could use for my general, but it is just shy of the page requirements for the readathon, so I won't be able to use it for the readathon, but it is my pick that I drew from my little grab bag, so I do want to get this read. And again, it shouldn't take me too long to read it. So these are the books I plan on reading this week. And yeah. Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday. It's 10 a.m. I have about an hour before I have to log into work, so I'm going to be reading for a little bit this morning, but I wanted to do a quick update. I just finished editing last week's vlog, so that should be up shortly. And then yesterday I didn't do any reading in Beyond the Highland Mist, but I did do quite a bit of reading and listening to Where Are Your Boys Tonight? The Oral History of Emo's Mainstream Explosion from 1999 to 2008 by Chris Payne. I listened to 5 hours and 50 minutes of this audiobook. It's a 13-hour or just shy of 14-hour long audiobook. So I have about 8 hours left in this, so I will get another good chunk of it listened to today. I am enjoying this so much. This is told through a series of interviews with a bunch of the different players of emo's scene from 1999 to 2008. We have some of the members of the most popular bands and most influential bands. We have Chris Carrabba, Pete Wentz, Patrick Stump, who else? John Nolan, so from Taking Back Sunday. We have Bert from, oh my god, the band is escaping me. We have Bert from The Used, and then I kept thinking of Gabe Saporta as well, so like I was getting them mixed up, but I'm really enjoying this. We are learning a lot about how emo started in like basements in New Jersey from like Florida, and how some of these record labels started from nothing as well, and they were just doing what they could to get these bands signed. And then we're getting a look into some of the different relationships between the different bands. Like they do talk about Brand New and Taking Back Sundays feud, very famous feud between the two of them. I was always a Brand New girly. R.I.P. Brand New. that is mentioned at the beginning of the book. It's hard because, and the author talks about this, Brand New is known to be one of the most influential bands of this genre of music. And it's very hard to talk about this genre without talking about Brand New and Jessie Lacey. But as with many of the bands of this time, Jessie Lacey was accused of sexual harassing women and of other misconduct towards women in the scene, and not just women, but some as young as 15 years old. And he talks in the introduction about how he tried very much to still talk about Brand New's influence on the genre without trying to idolize Jessie Lacey. I, like I said, was always a Brand New girl growing up. In 2017, when the misconduct was, when it all came out, I distinctly remember that day, and it was awful. It was one of the worst days of 2017 for me. Brand New was so impactful on my own life as a teen, and young adult. I went to their concerts were some of my favorite concerts, some of my only concerts I ever went to as a teen and young adult. I adored their lyrics. I loved their music, and now it's tainted for me because of the actions of Jessie Lacey, and that is really awful and really horrible because now I don't stream it because I don't want Jessie Lacey to make any money off of streaming. So I have moved on to other bands that I still love from this genre, but it is very interesting to see where all of them came from. It's still a big part of my life, but I know that I'm not alone in, especially my millennial age range, who maybe had to or felt like they had to stop listening to their favorite bands because of misconduct at the hands of some of the members of the band. So I know I'm not alone in that. But if you are at all an emo kid, because emo never dies, I would highly recommend picking this book up or the audiobook. I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, so I'm just shy of 6 hours through, 5 hours and 50 minutes. I am on page 182 because there was a bunch of pictures in there, but chapter 15, 182, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Highly recommend. But before I have to log into work, I am going to get cozy and read a little bit of Beyond the Highland Mist. I still am at page 190 or 51% of the way through. Didn't do any reading last night. I just hung around on the couch with Charlotte and Will, and then we played some Guess Who. So it was more of like a family night than a sitting and reading night. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and read a little bit before I have to log in to work for the day. So good morning, everyone. It's Thursday, and I'm just doing a quick check-in as per usual before I start my day. I did listen to quite a bit more of Where Are Your Boys Tonight? I've listened to 8 hours and 24 minutes of it. I have about 4 hours and 30 minutes of it left. I think I should be able to finish it today. I'm, again, absolutely loving it still. We had a whole chapter about Say Anything and Max Bemis, and I love Say Anything. They talk about one of my all-time favorite songs, which is Alive with the Glory of Love, and it's just so interesting getting like this kind of oral history from all the players of the emo like community, I guess, and all of these bands, and not only just the people in the bands, but also journalists and record people in the record companies and the label companies and like tech people. It's just so interesting. I'm having such a great time. Highly recommend. Like, I just I keep talking about it on my Instagram stories, like posting like pages and quotes from it, and I've gotten so many people who have been like, what is this book? And so, like, seriously, I think this is probably going to be one of my favorite books of the year. It's just so good. I'm having such a great time with it. And then I only read about 40 pages of Beyond the Highland Mist, so I'm 61% of the way into this. And I already feel like today is going to be a day at work. I just have that vibe, like sitting here at my desk before I log in, that is just going to be a day. So I'm going to plug in, I'm going to listen to this book, and then when I get out, I'm going to like just devour the rest of this book because I'm going to need some time. It's also a very blustery day out. It's very windy, and it's a day that I should be in bed reading. So, fingers crossed that the day goes by smoothly and fast and I can just relax later, because it's just not it today. It's just not it. One day, I promise, I will remember to update you when I'm not working, or like after I get out of work one day. Yeah, this week obviously is not the week for that because I am coming to you before I log into work on Friday. Today is my actual Friday though, which is so exciting. I have tomorrow off. We're going to PAX East for the day, and I'm so excited to do that. But I do have a quick reading update for you. I did finish Where Are Your Boys Tonight by Chris Payne last night. It was incredible. I'm giving it a 4.5 star. This was so interesting to like hear. I think I've said it already, so I'm not going to wax poetic about it, but I really enjoyed getting kind of the behind the scenes of some of my favorite bands, and then even learning about some of the bands that I didn't necessarily listen to. My heart broke listening to Patrick Stump talk about Folie à Deux. I was never a Fall Out Boy girly. I was a My Chemical Romance girly and a Brand New girly and whatnot. But Charlotte is a Fall Out Boy girly. And so since me and Charlotte have started dating, I've become a Fall Out Boy girly. Like, I liked some of their like older things, like Where Is Your Boy Tonight, and Sugar We're Going Down Swinging, and all of those like original songs. And then I knew some of their older stuff, but I wasn't like a Fall Out Boy stan. And now I love them. And I was literally emotional about how Patrick Stump took that as like such a personal rejection because he had put so much of himself in that album. And I was curious, so I went back and I looked at my Spotify, and like the only song that I have saved purposely from Fall Out Boy is a song from Folie à Deux. So I love Patrick Stump. We went to see them at Fenway, and it was such a good show. And Heaven, Iowa is truly one of my all-time favorite songs now. I'm obsessed. So it was really fun listening to that. I really liked listening to specifically the My Chemical Romance and the Say Anything chapters, as well as the conversations about Taking Back Sunday and Brand New and whatnot. I really enjoyed this. The only reason I'm not giving it a 5-star rating is because while they do mention the rampant misogyny and the sexual harassment and assault allegations to Jessie Lacey, they neglect talking about it for a lot of the rest of the book, and that is something that is very prevalent in the emo scene. There were a lot of band members and bands that were accused of similar behavior to Jessie Lacey, but Jessie Lacey is the only one mentioned by name in this book, which I felt was disingenuous. It felt very much like I want to talk about Brand New, but I know I can't because of these allegations. So I'm just going to mention that I'm aware that this happened. And then to not talk about it later, it just felt like still really perpetrating this boys club that emo has always been. And we didn't have very many, it felt like, women band members. And while I understand that that wasn't super prevalent of the time, it felt like most of the people we talked to were men in the community. So it just still kind of had that like boys club feel, if you know what I mean. But ultimately, I really enjoyed it. It's probably going to be on my favorites list, like for the nonfiction, because this was such an incredible listen. I really enjoyed it. So that's that. And then I did read a little bit of Beyond the Highland Mist today. And when I tell you I'm stressed reading this, I don't know what it is. I don't know if maybe maybe I just can't handle romance right now. The angst is literally killing me. I have to keep putting it down because things happen and I just want to be like, why? Why is this happening? I'm so fully invested. I want Adrian and Hawk to get together and I want them to be happy, and things keep happening. People keep meddling with them and it's preventing them, and they keep not talking to each other, and they keep walking in on things and they misunderstand things, and like it's stressing me out. So I have to keep putting it down, and that's why I haven't finished it yet. So that's my update. I am going to get back to work. We have to try and figure out how to make Will's shirt that he wants to wear tomorrow. He wants to cosplay. Now, it would have been lovely if we had figured this out before today, but we didn't. And so, like, I also feel like this might be kind of like a con experience, like a canon moment, if you will, to not have your costume ready the day before a con and like having to try and get it all together. But I don't know how we're gonna do that, so I will keep you updated on that. But I would really like to finish Beyond the Highland Mist today, but if they keep stressing me out, I don't know if I can make that promise. So I'm gonna get into work. And I'm going to hope that today is a better day than yesterday, because I had a really bad day at work yesterday. And we're going to go from there. I have to do a lot of laundry today too, which stinks. I don't want to do it. An exciting lunchtime update for you. I got book mail today from Simon & Schuster. They reached out to me on my Instagram, or about my Instagram, and asked if I wanted a book, and they sent me an advanced reader copy of Swiped by L.M. Chilton. So Rupert Holmes, best-selling author for Murder Your Employer, said, as if Bridget Jones found herself in a Scream film. Murderously clever. So we have, it's a thriller set in the world of online dating. So I am very intrigued by this one. But I truly don't know very much about it. But it sounded good, and they messaged me asking if I wanted it, so I said yes, because obviously they actually had messaged me about my old Bookstagram account, but I don't use that one anymore because I had a really unhealthy relationship with like the amount of followers and the algorithm and whatnot. So I ended up getting rid of that one, like not deleting it, but I just don't use it anymore, and I moved over to my current Instagram, where I have a much healthier relationship with my social media platform. But when they emailed me, I was like, by the way, I don't use that one anymore, but I am here if you want to send me books. And they sent it to me. So I'm very excited. But I do have a small reading update for Beyond the Highland Mist. I don't know if I told you what page I was on when I updated you this morning, but now I'm on page 287, 76% of the way through, and we have made some progress. No longer are they miscommunicating. We seem to have come together. We seem to be talking about things. Like, not spoilers, but we're listening to each other now. Although our main girl, Adrian, isn't telling him everything, which I feel like is going to come back and bite her in the butt. But we're also only 76% of the way through. So we have a whole nother quarter of the book where things are going to go badly. And I am a little nervous about it because my anxiety has not been handling the angst and the turmoil of this book well so far. I keep having to put it down. So, like, I put it down and I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? And then I pick it right back up and then I don't want to stop reading it. But then something happens and I'm like, oh my God, put it down. So anyway, that's my update. I have read some of this and I got a new book, so very exciting. I'm gonna order dinner tonight because I don't feel like making anything. Charlotte's at work, William is home, I'm still technically working. I like went into the kitchen and I was like, I don't really even know what I want to make, so I'm gonna order something. It's also Friday, so yeah. That's my update for now. Hey everyone, it's much later. I'm out of work. I've started a load of laundry and I'm just sitting down to eat because I was so caught up in finishing Beyond the Highland Mist that I didn't eat my dinner when it arrived. So it is a little bit less than hot, but it'll do. I did finish Beyond the Highland Mist by Karen Marie Moning today. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. Was it the best writing? No. Were the sexy scenes sexy? Yes. Did some of the conflict make sense? No. Did it make me really anxious? Yes. Will I continue with the series? Probably, but not right away. Ultimately, I thought the ending relied on one of my favorite tropes, which is like, I mean, I guess this is probably a spoiler warning, so like skip 5 seconds, but it contains like a secret message in a way that like only your certain person would understand, and I live for that. So like I really enjoyed that and how that was used, but there's a lot of miscommunication in here, which is not going to be everybody's favorite. There was kind of like a love triangle, but not really, and I wasn't really super into that. And then like the Fae aspect I thought was interesting, but I didn't think that it was like anything groundbreaking. Then again, this book was released in the 90s, I think, so this is an older romance novel, and you can definitely tell, but I still had a really good time, and I enjoyed myself, and ultimately that is the goal of a book, so it did exactly what it was supposed to do. I don't know if I said, but I am going to give it a 3.5-star rating. It was fun. I had a good time reading it, but it wasn't like anything super special, and it wasn't a new all-time favorite. So I think a 3.5-star is a pretty fair rating. I've heard the books get better, like, as you read and continue on with the series, so I definitely am going to... I think I definitely will continue on with the series, but I don't know when, and I might give her other series a try. I think it's like more of a Fae story instead of the Scottish Highlands, but that's that update. I am now going to eat my dinner very late and watch something. Charlotte should be getting home soon, and I've started some laundry, so I don't know if I'll do any more reading tonight, just because I don't know if I'm like super in the mood to keep reading. We have read 2 books. We've finished 2 books in this vlog, and it's only Thursday, so that is really good. The next books up are She and Her Cat and The Girl in the Mirror. Both of those should be pretty quick reads. She and Her Cat is less than 200 pages, and it's a series of short stories. And The Girl in the Mirror is a thriller. So I suspect I could probably finish all 4 books that were on my TBR this week, but we'll just have to play it by ear and see how it goes. What shall we watch tonight, Midnight? Good morning. It's Sunday and I'm just checking in. I didn't do any like actual check-ins yesterday because I was busy at PAX East, and then I got home and I was so tired. I was just like, I couldn't handle doing anything much. I did organize some laundry so that I could get it all hung up and folded today so that I could finish doing some of the other loads today. But I just really quick wanted to talk about PAX East and the things that I got, and then I'm gonna go about my day. So I had a really fun time at PAX. It was my very first time going. I immediately went to the Larian booth and I got some shirts from Larian, and it was so fun. I waited in line and I took pictures with some of the cosplayers there who also really liked my shirt that I was wearing. I just had such a great time. I wasn't really sure what to expect because I, again, had never been to a convention like that. And there were so many people. It was kind of overwhelming. But I really liked walking through the booths and checking out all of the things. I think next year I'd really like to go on like Thursday when it's not so busy, but still has everything. So I think that's the plan. So the first thing that I got was this shirt from Larian. It has Scratch and the owlbear taking a nap. It's literally so cute. It's gonna be my new favorite shirt. But then I also got this shirt from them. On the front it says long rest, and then on the back it's the campsite. And there's even Carlack's little teddy bear. It's so cute. I'm literally obsessed. And then I love looking at Dispel dice online, but they are so expensive. I mean, it's worth the money, but it's so expensive on dice that I don't buy from them. But they had these mystery grab bags for like $125, and it had at least 2 in there, and then there was like a secret, like a extra surprise. So I figured I would do it, and I ended up getting 3 sets of dice in my mystery bag, and I want to show them because they're literally gorgeous. So these are the dice sets that I got. They're all literally so gorgeous. This set is called Eventide, and it's blue, and it has this like copper in it. Like these copper flecks in it, and oh my god, they're so gorgeous. Charlotte also got a mystery bag, and she got this set in it as well. And then I got these ones, and these are called Nova Blossom. Like, just, oh, they're so beautiful. And then these ones are my favorite, and they're called Deep Spice 9. I don't know if you can like really see truly how gorgeous they are, but they are absolutely stunning. So I'm thrilled with them. It's been a little bit over an hour and I have finished She and Her Cat by Makoto Shinkai. I did get a little teary-eyed at the end of this. This was so cute. So there are 4 interconnected short stories about women and their cats, and it's so well done. It is, you get the perspective from the women, but also of the cats. So we see the cats looking out from their world onto their humans, and then we see the humans interacting with their cats. And I thought it was just very heartwarming and moving, the different talks about healing and love and being weak and strong and finding love and finding happiness, and just the human emotion involved in the way that cats and a relationship with cats can be so healing. And I just really love my cat. I'm very emotional over this. It was very good. And I think what really sold it for me was that each of the stories were individual and were about a different woman and her cat, but the cats were connected with each other and the women were connected to each other. And so in some cases they became connected through their cats. It was just so good. I really enjoyed it. I think I'm going to give it a 4-star read, or a 4-star rating, because not each of the stories were not individually 5-star stories. So it feels strange giving it a 5-star, but truly, truly enjoyed it. And it's such a short read. It was so quick. Definitely pick it up, especially if you love cats, because it was everything. I'm all ready and I'm about to run errands, but I just wanted to show off the fit. Literally obsessed with this sweater. And my new Baldur's Gate shirt. It's definitely one of my new favorites. So you'll probably be seeing it quite a bit. But anyway, I'm gonna go run my errands and I will see you guys later. Bye. Hey everyone. So I am outside of the Barnes & Noble. I've already been in and come out because the top floor was closed to the public. So I couldn't like peruse the way that I wanted to, but I was able to get what I wanted, what I came here for, and then I left with one other thing that I didn't come here for, but was there while I was waiting for them to be able to go upstairs to get the book that I did come for. So the book that I came for was Catherine of Aragon, The True Queen by Alison Weir. So I love history, and I also love historical fiction, so I am hoping that these will be good. One of my online bookish friends really enjoys these, so I am going to try them out. Obviously this is about Henry, is he the yeah, he's the 8th, Henry VIII's 6 wives, so there's like 6 books. And she's his first, and the true queen. And then the other book that I got today, even though I wasn't planning on it, was Annie Bot by Sierra Greer. This is a book about Annie. She is a robot who's been designed to take care of all of Doug's wants and needs emotionally and physically, and she has become sentient, and so as she becomes more and more human, she is learning that maybe what Doug says he wants is not necessarily what Doug wants. So I'm really intrigued by this. I read a little bit of it while I was waiting for them to find the book that was upstairs, which was this one, and I am hooked on it already, so I might, skip all my other planned TBR to read that, because it's also like just over 200 pages, so it should be a pretty quick read, and I need to know what happens. So anyway, I'm gonna head to the mall now, but Charlotte's break is not for like another, let's see, hour, so I'm gonna have to just fill my time with something, so I'll check in later. Hey friends, it's Monday, it's the last day of the vlog, and I am updating you. It's like 12:30. I did some errands this morning that I forgot to run yesterday, and then I did some cleaning in the apartment, and now the rest of the afternoon is mine, and I intend on reading Annie Bot. I'm gonna hope to finish this today. I read the first 32 pages last night before I accidentally fell asleep and took a nap, and then Charlotte and I, when she got home, we just watched Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. But I'm really enjoying this so far. Essentially we have Annie, and I think I gave like a little synopsis when I bought it, but this is about our main girl Annie. She is a robot. She's been designed to meet her human owner Doug's emotional and physical needs, and Doug says that he likes that her intelligence and her artificial intelligence makes her seem more human, but then like the more human she acts, the less perfect for him she is, and so she's trying to stay perfect for Doug while also trying to figure out what Annie wants and what Annie needs, and it's really interesting so far. 30 pages in. It's also a pretty short read, so I think I could breeze through it like if I sat down once I sit down to read it. But I am in the mood to play a little bit of Baldur's Gate, so that's actually what I'm sitting down to do for a little bit, and then I will do some reading. So that's the plan, and I will check in with everyone later. Hey everyone, so I finished Annie Bot by Sierra Greer. I am leaning towards a 4-star rating for this. This was a super fast read. I mean, I started it yesterday, finished it today. It was a super interesting story about AI and abusive relationships and power dynamics and whatnot. But I felt like there was definitely some of the conversation that I feel could have been expanded on. It kind of felt like there was one story in the beginning, and then like halfway through we kind of switched to like a different kind of story, and I felt like that disconnect between the two halves could have been handled better. Maybe if there was an extra, I don't know, 50 pages in here. This is a super fast read. It's only like 240 pages. And I really liked the ending, and I don't want to give anything away, but I really feel like Annie needed more time to be able to think about how her innate need to be a people pleaser, and also the feelings that she felt inside, like all of this rage and confusion and frustration. And I don't think she got that, and I think the story would have been made better for it. But that's my feelings about Annie Bot. I'm really happy I read it. I'm really happy I picked it up on a whim. I mean, it was on my like radar, but I wasn't intending to buy it like right away. But I'm really glad that I did. This will also count for a general fiction prompt for my readathon, so I'm going to log that really quick. But my next book is going to be Catherine of Aragon by Alison Weir. This will count as a historical fiction, and I haven't read any historical fiction yet for the readathon, so I really need to change that. And I'm really just itching to read this one. So Charlotte should be home from work soon. Am I going to definitely start this tonight? I'm not sure. But I will update you if I do. But this is the next book that we're going to be reading, so thought I'd let you know. Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday. It's the end of the vlog, and I am here to just wrap up what we read. I read an obscene amount this week, and I honestly don't know how that happened, but it happened, and I'm not complaining. So first we read Where Are Your Boys Tonight? The Oral History of Emo's Mainstream Explosion. I really enjoyed this, though I wish there was more talk about the way that a lot of the band members misbehaved and were sexual predators in the community. So I ended up giving this a 4.5-star rating. Then we read Beyond the Highland Mist by Karen Marie Moning. I had a really great time with this, and I do think I'll probably end up continuing on with the series, but I don't know when, and I gave this a 3-star. Then we have She and Her Cat by Makoto Shinkai, which is just 4 short stories that are interconnected about women and their cats, and I thought it was so cute and heartwarming, and I gave it a 4-star rating. And then last night we finished Annie Bot by Sierra Greer, and I gave this a 4-star as well. I would have liked to see more of Annie experiencing her own emotions and discussing what was going on internally with her, and I would have liked maybe 50 more pages to kind of make the first half transition more seamlessly into the second half, and then give a little bit more of a chance for a resolution that felt, I don't know, more solid than the ending that we got. I think the ending was really great and I enjoyed the ending, but I would have liked more of a catharsis, I guess, for Antibot. So that was that. And then I did read 21 pages of Catherine of Aragon. I keep wanting to say Aragorn, but Catherine of Aragon, the True Queen, by Alison Weir. So that was a lot of reading. I think that's the most reading in a weekly vlog that I've done so far this year. So that's exciting. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up and I'm gonna get started on the next vlog.